Talk about which gold chain design you should get. And if you're wondering why some of the coloring looks different, it's because we're working with all different sorts of purities, okay? We have the flat curb, the Rolo link, Mariner chain, Franco, Figaro, rope chain, and the Miami Cuban link. So let's do this in groups. If you are somebody looking to get your very first solid gold chain, but you're on somewhat of a stricter budget, however, you still want a decent presence around your neck, these are the three designs I'd recommend. The flat curb, the Mariner, and the Figaro. And the reason that I recommend these three is because they are flat link designs. So they lay flush on your neck and they're lighter in gram weight, meaning that a little bit of gold goes a long way. So if you get 4 to 5 millimeter chains of these designs, getting that same millimeter in something like a Franco is going to be way more expensive. So they're just like the best bang for your buck type of chains. And on top of that, they have really, really nice shine factor. So the flat curb from a distance looks like the Miami Cuban link chain to a lot of people. And so many people love the Miami Cuban link. So this is a really good option for those people. The Mariner chain, I really love, and I've seen it more as kind of like a culturally passed down gold chain, regardless of if you're Greek or you're Mexican or you're Filipino. A lot of the times people are like, oh yeah, this is from my grandma. So I always see this design passed down a lot. The next one here is the Figaro. This is a classic Italian staple right here. And it looks good in micro sizes, but it also looks really, really nice in big sizes as well. If you're a baseball fan, just think of Mookie Betts. All right, the next chain designs I'm going to recommend are the ones that are best suited for pendants, and that would be the Rolo link right here. You have the Franco, and then you have the rope chain. So these three designs are great for pendants because they're that rounded style design, and when you put a pendant on them, the pendant is going to flow seamlessly, kind of like just, you see how like the cross is able to move easily. It's not really getting caught on any of the links. This is also a rounded design, but that's why I recommend designs like this. Now, with the Rolo link, I find it to be, honestly, all chains are pretty unisex. I do know a lot more women have taken a liking to Rolo links because they look daintier at these smaller millimeters. But the Franco chain is something that is really, really durable. A lot of my male followers love the Franco chain. They love the simplicity of it. It's also very strong. And the creator of the Franco came up with it because he was inspired by the Miami Cuban link and he wanted to make a chain like that with zero flaws. So he came out with the Franco chain. Now the rope chain is probably the most popular chain that I see both women and men wearing on a daily basis for a really good reason. It has great shine factor, but be very careful with this chain because it is notorious for snagging hair. If you're built like a Wii character, you know, like the Wii avatar, where it's like you don't have any, you're kind of hairless, this is going to be the perfect, you will not complain about this chain. But anybody that has, and I'm not even talking about long hair, right? Even with guys with short hair, they've complained that this got caught on the hair on the back of their head, or if you have a beard or chest hair. So just watch out for this one. It has really nice presence, really nice shine factor, but the fact that it pulls hair is something that you got to really take into consideration because you're going to be untwisting it from the back of your neck for a while, or you're just going to have to pull that hair out. So the Miami Cuban link, I would even also recommend putting a pendant on it as well. Some people don't recommend that, but for me, even though it's flat by its nature, it's still a thick chain that requires a lot of gold. And I've worn pendants with this chain and I have loved it. I've seriously loved it. In fact, even with these flat links, you can still wear pendants. People on the internet are the only ones that are going to give you gripe about it because they're going to say, oh, there's a weird fold at the bottom where your pendant lays and blah, blah, blah. That's not really going to be an issue. If you're worried about your pendant getting caught on any of these links, just make sure that the bail is wide enough and it really isn't going to be a problem for you. But the Miami Cuban link is going to be a pricey chain because, like I said, a lot of gold goes into it. So the priciest chains here would probably be the Miami Cuban and the Franco, the bigger that you get in size, because it takes a lot to make them and they get really, really heavy as well.